The powers that be is going to run a fast court press on the entire society. Pull that image up. Henry Kissinger, the former Secretary of State of these United States of America, said these words: control the oil, you control the nations. Control the food, you control the people. When the President of the United States says we can expect food shortages, a lot of people don't really believe it. Because all of our lives, for the most part, we've all had access to an abundance of food. And when I say that, I mean you can go into your refrigerator, man, it got stuff on the first shelf, stuff on the second shelf, and you pull the drawers out, you got something there. Maybe you got a deep freezer in the back somewhere, you got stuff in there. Not all of us, but most of us know an abundance of food. When the reality is, right around the world, different places around the world, people are literally starving out. Right now as I speak. I want you to know that food shortages and famine of food is coming. How many of y'all know I've been saying this for years? I've been talking about this for years. Now, any minister, any pastor, any man of y'all that's leading the people of y'all, if that man is not talking about this and preparing the people, then he needs to just sit on down. Just sit down. Because you're not hearing from the Father in these last days. If every time you get up, man, you got a message that make everybody shout and run all around, and you're not preparing the people for what's really coming. Come on, son, give me second Esdras real quick. Let me show you this. Second Esdras. Second Esdras, give me chapter number 15, and pick it up there at verse number 15. Second Esdras, chapter 15, verse 15. I want to show you something, and we'll get ready to get out of here. Come on, son.
In the book of Second Esdras, chapter 15, and verse 15.
All right.
For the sword of their destruction draws near.
For the who?
The sword of their destruction.
For the sword of their destruction draws near. Come on, son.
And one people shall stand up to fight against another.
Now, this is a prophecy. One people going to stand up and fight against another. Race wars. Ezra, the prophet and the priest, is down in our fourth captivity. Particularly speaking, when we were under Persian captivity, the Most High has given him insight, and he's writing concerning the end times what the Most High have showed him. Read that verse again.
For the sword of their destruction draws near.
Yes.
And one people shall stand up to fight against another.
That's right.
And swords in their hands.
It was swords in their hands. Now, in our time, when he writing this, they got swords. But in our time, when time goes forward, it's going to be a gun. Come on, son.
For there shall be sedition among men.
There's going to be sedition amongst man.
And invading one another.
And what they going to do?
Invading one another.
What are they going to do?
Invading one another.
Come and kicking your door in. I've been telling y'all this. It's coming. You know a people and how cruel a people can get when they have no access to food. What do I mean? I mean this. You and another fellow or another sister, y'all might be cool. But if you ever get to a place where y'all stranded somewhere and you have no food, the sister don't know, and neither did you, that if things got really terrible enough, that you will literally eat that next person. I dare somebody to say, man, I ain't eating nobody. Don't say that. Don't say that. You don't know, man, till you're saying that because you got a mind that's full of food. It's on your television commercial. When you ride down the street, it's on the billboard. Are y'all listening? It's everywhere. It's in your refrigerator. You get in the car and drive over your parents' house, your friends' house. They got a refrigerator full of food. But when there's no food, and you are literally starving out. Brother Shaquille dropped dead over there and it's freezing cold. I can't say that I won't take my little knife and carve off a piece of his thigh to stay alive. I wouldn't be that foolish to say I would never do that. That's the point I'm trying to drive. Never say never. Because you're not confronted with a situation. So, read it out. What did he say?
For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another.
Come on.
And they shall not regard the kings nor princes in the course of their actions.
They shall not regard who?
The kings nor the princes.
See? Authority. They didn't care nothing about authority. Don't care nothing about authority. When everything hit the fan, they ain't going to care nothing about authority. And they're going to drive the society to get like this. Because the powers that be is going to cause the economic floor of Great Babylon to fall out. And when the economic floor falls out and there is literally no food, you're not going to be able to go down to your grocery store as easily as you could get in your car and go down there and just buy as many groceries as you want. Or at least as much as you can afford. If you are totally dependent for water that's necessary for your life, if you are totally dependent on that water to be in those bottles that you go down to the grocery store and get, or the water that's coming out your faucet, if that's your only source and means of water, and you've made no other arrangements, you've thought on no other arrangements, you're in big trouble. What did he say,
Nor princes nor the course of their actions shall stand in their power.
Do you see this? Come on.
Verse 17.
Says what?
And man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able.
Man gonna desire to go into a city, but he's not gonna be able to. Why?
Verse 18.
Come on.
For because of their pride the city shall be troubled.
Because of their pride, the city is gonna be troubled. Come on.
The houses shall be destroyed and men shall be afraid.
The houses will be destroyed and men are gonna tremble. They're gonna be in fear. Go ahead.
A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor.
Hold it. When this hits, men are not going to have no pity. Why? What leads a person not to have no pity? No food. Mm-hmm. You're starving. You're hungry. You got the doors locked, chained up. You tell your wife, I'll be back. And you got a little child in there whose stomach now was touching its back. You're weak. You're weary, haven't eaten nothing. In 15 days, 16 days, 17 days. Now you're desperate. And in your mindset of being desperate, you're the same one that said years ago, I would never steal. And then you come across and see the opportunity of some food right there. Are you not going to get that food if you can get it and get it home to your family quick as you can? In the scriptures, it literally says if a man steals to fulfill his hunger, let not that charge be against him. You hungry, you about to starve out. You will do things that you never thought that you would do. Continue to read.
And man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword.
See? Man shall have no pity, but going to destroy the house. In other words, people going to come kicking your door in. People, you're stacking up your food, but are you willing to defend it? You got food stacked up. Have you prepared yourself to defend that food? This is what it's talking about. Read that verse again, Art.
A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword.
That's right.
And spoil their goods.
And take their goods. Come on.
Because of lack of bread.
Because of a lack of what?
Bread.
A lack of food. Go ahead.
For great tribulation.
And what else?
For great tribulation.
Now, let's get over to the book of Revelation. Let's get ready to close. Revelation chapter 6, give me verse 6 through 8. Revelation chapter 6, verse 6 through 8. Revelation, the 6th chapter, verse 6 through verse 8 is the precept to what we're talking about right here.
In the book of Revelation chapter 6, at verse 6.
Come on, son.
And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say,
yes,
a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny.
A measure of wheat for how much?
A penny.
For how much?
A penny.
Now, this is not talking about a penny in the United States of America. When this was written, most I ain't thinking about no penny in the United States of America. This right here translates to the equivalence of 10 donkeys. A loaf of bread equivalent to 10 donkeys. Are you getting this? Read that again.
And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny.
Now, look around you now. Look at the price of everything going up. Food going up. Everything is going up. They ran a full court press with COVID-19. How many of you all are aware that they're bringing up something else, so-called in 2025, that's supposed to be way worse than COVID-19? At the hands of Bill Gates. He even gave the announcement. They're going to beat everybody into submission.
Tap out.
You're going to, like you say, they're going to tap out. I'm hungry. Well, you know, you can go over there to that FEMA camp, man. They got all the food you want. But when you get over there, they're going to have the mark of the beast. They're waiting for you. You're going to take that mark. Come on in here, man. It's nice and warm and cozy. Huh? Got an abundance of food. Huh? You just come out there, man, there's out there, there ain't no heat. They cut the electricity off. I think they did that. Wasn't that in Russia? Somewhere they cut the electricity off. Somewhere I seen an article, they was really struggling this last winter with energy. See? These are the antichrist, the wicked. They're going to beat the society into submission. And we can't get people to fast for one day now. Can't skip lunch. Hurt you real bad just to skip lunch. You know, ate breakfast, then skip your lunch. No, just lunch. You can get your dinner at 6:30. Just skip your lunch. Help us, Father. Read it out, Doc.
Verse number 7. And when he had opened the fourth seal, I heard the voice of the fourth beast say,
What did he say?
come and see. Verse 8.
Yes.
And I looked and behold a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death. And hell followed with him, and the power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth to kill with the sword, and with hunger, and with death, and with the beast of the earth.
A fourth of mankind is going to die just from starvation. Y'all seeing this? Let us prepare ourselves now, brothers and sisters. Yah is well capable of taking care of his people. But you got to get out, you got to get yourself, we must get ourselves in the right posture.